Hey, welcome back. Thank you for clicking on the video. It's so good to see you guys. My name is Joel, and this right here is a stable life. You guys are joining me on an absolutely gorgeous, sunny Saturday morning. Everything's still a little wet, but we're gonna take advantage of that today. We're gonna be doing some cleanup. When you have 25 horses, that's your life, cleaning up. We have a few things to update you guys on before we get started with our normal routine. Firstly, you'll notice that Samson, he's in his stall. And as you can tell, he was in his stall all night, even though we actually don't have that much to clean up, which is pretty good. Samson is currently experiencing some hoof issues. Thankfully, we have the stall to be able to kind of help him with that. So he's gonna be in the stall during the night, and he is gonna be in the lower ring, just the lower ring, not the lower ring and left run, during the day. Honey, also experiencing some leg issues, is in the lower ring and the left run through the night. So they're kind of flip-flopping opposites of each other. That's why we have these things. So right now, both of these pastures are being used for rehab, which is awesome. Everyone else though is doing quite well, which is great to see. We've got a nice sunny day. We've got some special people showing up to help us today. I hope you guys are excited. I know you are. I can feel it already. So let's get started with feeding horses. And just like that, all the horses are fed already. Now you might be thinking, Joel, I didn't get to see the horses coming in. I didn't get to see the donkeys. Don't worry. So we're doing a little bit of a flipperoonie today. Next up on our list, now that all feeding's taken care of, we're gonna get the tractor set up and ready for what we're doing, which is cleanup, which means I need to put the bucket on the front and I need to put the blade on the back. Now I don't own a blade, but my neighbor does, and he has allowed me to borrow it. And there is a saying, and that saying is if you need to borrow anything more than once, good chance that you actually need it. And since I'm borrowing it twice, I think I need it. I'm ready. Oh yeah, she fires right up. Well, look at this, guys. Snakes are out. See them right there? It's a little gardener. I heard some slithering while I was unhooking the 3-point. Wow, ain't that something? It's not even June yet. Good old mental note. Snakes are out. Those guys don't hurt anything though. I'm not too worried about that. Like I said, that's just a gardener. That's really all we get around here. But I like to keep my eyes peeled, make sure that that is how it stays. Okay, now we got our rear blade. I just got to get it level so that it's digging right when I put it down. Ooh, careful, Leia. Looks like I need it to go back a bit. There we go. Take the slack off. There we go. Those are finally clicked. And there we go. Now that looks good. Let's see. Pick it up. Yep, that's where we want it. And right now it's at an angle. I want this to be pretty much right level on it. Okay, perfect. While my help is still on their way here, we're gonna hook up to the bucket and we're gonna head out into the pasture and get started cleaning up. Hopefully I'll have a pile waiting for them by the time they get here. Looks like all the horses are super happy, munching away. Feeling kind of bad that I'm gonna be kind of kicking them out for a little bit. Oh well, they'll like it a lot more once I'm done. I'm having a moment where I can't remember if I need to fold my rocks down or not. I feel like I do need to fold my rocks down. Looking up, it definitely looks that way. Yep, take care of that first here, huh? And while I'm here, I might as well show you guys what we're working on. See, we got a little bit of muck here. Not too bad. A little bit up there. Here's the worst part, right here. Right where Tucker's standing, of course. And in here. So we're gonna clean all that up, shape it up good. Now, boys! Now, beep, 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 beep. Oh. Ain't that beautiful? Good stuff. I reshaped that diversion ditch, the horses running over top of it, and with the ground drying down, I noticed that it wasn't as strong as I wanted it to, so put some more effort on that. We dragged all the manure out of the feeder. It's all sitting down here ready to be scooped up. I'm not gonna scoop that up yet. We're gonna head on down here and I'm going to regrade the ground down there. It's soft enough that I can kind of just scrape over top of it, smooth out all those bumps down there so that that is completely done. Once that's done, I'm not gonna be doing any cleaning up down there until probably fall, which is kind of exciting. This will need regular maintenance because all the horses are inside there all the time. We wanna keep that clean. Moving along nice and steady. Okay, well this is what everything looks like right now. I really only want to smooth out down here. This bottom area, this top area, I'm not too worried about. But down here it's pretty ruddy. So I'm just gonna be driving back and forth over this. So let's get it going, huh? Like I had a camera mishap and everything that I just did wasn't recorded. Go figure. Okay, now we can talk about what we did. So that pile that I drugged that was temporary, we have now leveled off the area and kind of pushed it over. So what's nice is you can see, here's where the manure is at. The rainwater that falls in this area is all getting soaked into this area, but it is not running into this spot here. The water is coming down, and I checked yesterday while it was raining to see, and it is. So it is running right through our ditch that we made, which is great. Flows right down through here, and we really reopened this channel. So the rainwater will flow. This is all for the ditch here, and it's gonna flow through here. Right here, I've got a little bit of a weak spot because the ground naturally kind of is dipped here. So I have a way to fix that, but for now, I think this will work. And it'll just flow this way, down through and out. That way it's not mixing with the manure at any point as it's flowing through this area, which is good. This area in between is going to be kind of capture. So I'm going to continue to dig this bank in, kind of capture the water. Any water that does manage to make its way over will just be evaporated here. It won't flow through and then into the rest of the water system. So that's good. This I don't need to level off because this is all just going to get filled in with manure as time progresses on. So I'm thinking, and here's the question for you guys. Reach out and let me know here in the comment section. For the blade that I'm gonna get, this is a nice blade. It has the ability, of course, to angle, be straight on, and I can even flip it completely around and I can push with it. But I'm thinking that the blade that I should get should also have the ability to angle and rotate so that I could dig down and actually dig a ditch at an angle. So I can kind of angle it down and cut, and then angle it down and cut, make a V into this that actually follows the path for water. If I'm able to make it big enough, I can then line it with rock, and we have a nice, good area and channel for it to come through. Let me know your thoughts. That's what I'm thinking right now, but I like hearing everybody's ideas and different mindsets. It gives me lots of good suggestions for what I do moving forward. Well, it's 11:50, it's lunchtime. Let's head on up to the store and see what's going on up there, huh? Well guys, look who's helping us out today. That's right, we've got Peter here with us. Pete actually brought one of his tractors. I'll let him give us the backstory on this guy.
It's a Farmo 350 from the mid-50s. I don't remember the exact year, but it's around 54, 55. Didn't come out with any of the standard features that the 350 came with because it came from the factory with the mounted corn picker. Runs nice though.
Yeah? Does this run off of diesel?
Yes.
Gasoline. All right. So he brought that, and he brought a hydraulic dump wagon that is PTO powered. How long have you guys had this?
As long as I can remember. I honestly don't know.
I like the recent modifications.
I think this might have been original to the farm back in the 70s.
Wow. So Pete is going to be guiding me. We're going to be using this to be scooping up some manure and some topsoil. Don't have a dump wagon currently on the stable, and I was talking with Pete about it, and he was like, well, I got a dump wagon. So one thing led to another, and here we are. Argento and Spitfire, interested with what's inside there. What do you think this will hold, weight-wise?
I think you'll be able to put 3 or 4 scoops in it.
3 or 4 scoops in it? All right. Well, we'll go from there. Shall we get started?
Yes, we shall.
Tell us what happened. How'd you get this thing started this morning?
I had to push it down a hill.
He was just telling me he couldn't get it started, so he had the pool start it, and he was by himself. So, go ahead, tell me the story.
I put a strap over the steering wheel so that it wouldn't turn. And I just pulled it straight back up the hill, and then put it in gear, unhook the chain, get on it, rolled it down the hill, and popped it in gear.
There you go.
Started right up.
There you go. That's called using your noggin. That's good. That's good. I was worried you were about to say that you pulled it with nothing going on the tractor and you time released the strap or something like that. So, oh man. All right, let's get started loading them up. One more, or you think that's good? Try this load? All right. So we'll send the camera with him on the next load. He's gonna get himself all figured out and situated. I told him that wagon looked so old that I didn't really feel too comfortable running it without him here. Since he has his own tractor, says, you know, hey, one thing better, have him run his own machinery and neighbors helping neighbors, right? Good stuff. That's gonna be a tough job. He's got to back up. What is that called? A single axle wagon? Double axle wagon? I can't remember. What are the wagons called where the front turns? Is it single axle? Double axle? Can't remember the name of that. Help me out in the comments, guys. I'm slipping today. That'll be where we sit for now. These cameras don't do good at being zoomed in, but let's see how he does. He's got it backed up. Did a good job there. Oh, it's picking up. That's an old wagon. Wonder what one of those goes for. That would be pretty nice to have around here on the farm. He's just standing there watching it. I love it. Oh, it's sliding out. There it goes. Awesome. Looks like our first dump was successful. I don't know, that's just kind of awesome seeing it coming at you, you know? Pretty cool. Quick question for you, Pete. When did you first start driving tractors like this?
I don't even know.
As far as you can remember? 8. And how old are you right now?
21.
There you go. Honest question for you, but I'll ask you at the end of the video. For now, we're gonna keep loading manure.
That tractor's a beast.
It's got farm all inside of it, of course it's a beast. Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
1984. International Harvester JIK Spare Sport Case IH.
Other than the red ones, I'm told have cushier seats. I don't think in this case that stands, but the newer ones.
That seat is very cushy.
Yes. All right, you tell me, Pete, one more or no? Yeah, okay, he's going for it. This is what you do. You start with low, and then you go one more. And you're like, all right, well, that was good. That was fine. And then you do a couple with that, and you're like, you know what, let's go one more. And then you're like, oh, okay, now we're working it, but that's good. We can get more done this way. And then you start running out of time, and you're like, you know what, let's go one more, and then you break it. Let's not break anything, man. Making short work of this. Where do you want this one at?
Middle?
Right middle?
You haven't touched the sides yet.
Oh, are you telling me I can put one more in here?
Well, the volume and the weight are 2 different things.
I only got like 3 laps. What do you say we put it all in?
I don't want you to have to pull me out.
All right, guys, you're gonna go with Pete. He's gonna take you for a dump on the farm all. The 350, as he says.
This would be a 50. That's a 350.
So is that 50 horse or 350 horse?
35.
35. Wow, this is, wow.
Yeah.
Well, you tell them that, not me.
So that's 35 horse. This is 50 horse. That has more cylinders though.
That it does.
I don't know where you guys want to sit, but this one's definitely a lot heavier. All right, everyone. I got it in there. It wasn't easy because my front tires kept just sliding on the ground. So the way we dump this is once you have the PTO shaft up and spinning, there's a lever under here. You pull it back towards you, and that engages the pump and lifts it up. It's kind of slow, but then that's up as far as it'll go. So then what you do is you jerk the wagon, and then the rest comes out. Then pull that lever back, and the wagon comes down. Okay, so the way you actually use the PTO on this, how on Joel's tractors, all you have to do is push a button in or pull a lever. The lever's actually right here, but you have to push the clutch in first. Once you pull your lever, when you let your clutch out, it'll actually work the PTO. Careful getting down or else you'll catch your leg. And that time we didn't have to do anything. So you push the clutch in, PTO stops, take the PTO out of gear, when you clutch the clutch back up, it doesn't spin.
Welcome back, how'd it go?
Went good.
Went good? All right, now this dirt's probably a little bit heavier. So what do you want, 5 loads?
It's heavy. She got it.
I hope you guys have been enjoying riding around with Pete. We are now all done up in the middle field. Middle field's completed. I just got a little bit of topsoil over here that just got scraped up while I was smoothing this out. Look how good this looks now, huh? This was all like rutted and whatnot. This is actually gonna become a road right here for trailers of hay to come up and loop around, and that's going to continue this way. I have done 2 right there. I'm planning on putting in a pipe here, and then the road's going to continue over the pipe, but for now I just need a place for the water to go. It looks like Pete's doing a great job moving all over, well, everything. He's doing good, making things nice and easy, getting all this dirt moved. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so that tells you how fast things are really moving along. If I was doing this with just the tractor and the bucket, trucking things back and forth, I probably would have just finished with manure, and we're almost done with everything. I'm happy. And look at this, nice big great load of pile of manure here. It adds up quick. Pete, that's good right there. There you go. He's getting it off the top now. That's good. Yeah. You just got to be careful when all the weight's on the top. The whole thing can fall over. He knows that. He's doing good. Yeah, he's got this. Okay. See what he says. Good old Pete. He's doing a great job. Look at that, the pizzazz. I got him to chuckle. That's good. So we'll just take the tractor, kind of push that up, push this up, and then I got to regrade that, and I got to regrade this once we get all this soil picked up here. Okay, dirt's over there. All that's prepared and ready for the rain that's coming tonight. Manure is moved, roads graded, feeders are cleaned. Now I just got to put everything away and take care of feeding the horses. Thank you very much, Pete. You were an awesome help. So where are you putting that?
Back over at my farm.
Okay. The horses are now fed and everything is taken care of for the day. So just before we end the video, Pete, you're used to running older equipment from the 50s and 60s. What's your oldest tractor?
That I have used regularly.
Yeah, we're talking that's running.
So my oldest tractor is a 1942 Farmall H.
Okay, nice. And then what's your newest tractor?
Newest farm tractor probably would be late 50s. It's a 340 utility. But I also have a early 70s loader that's not actually a farm tractor.
Okay, nice, cool. So you're used to running older equipment, and a lot of guys on here probably are really excited to have seen the older equipment and probably have older equipment themselves or loved running it. My question is, because I know for work you run a newer piece of equipment, and of course you know my tractor.
Yeah.
What would you rather run? Would you rather run the older equipment or the newer equipment?
Depending upon what I'm doing, probably the older equipment.
Oh yeah?
I do like the newer stuff. I don't love the stuff that's brand new, but I do like the 110.
Okay, so you're talking about the Veggie Boys tractors?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Nice.
do like the 110. I do like your tractor. If I had a tractor that was very similar to your tractor, just older, I would prefer the older one.
Nice. What makes you say that you like the older over the newer?
Easier to work on. I have to fix my own stuff. I can't call a technician out.
Right, less computers.
So it's a lot less computers, yes.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
And that's probably the only reason why.
Yeah, makes sense.
Plus I like the history, so.
There you go.
That's anything.
I asked that because I figured you guys would want to know the answer. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the help today, Pete.
You're welcome, Joel.
Are you going to make yourself available and help us out in future videos?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. So, you know what that means?
Make sure you're subscribed.
That's right, Pete. That's exactly what that means. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.